Hello everyone, Reverend Sarah Grady from St. Paul's United Church in Paris, Ontario. I hope everyone is doing as well as can be expected here in Ontario with these new restrictions that have been put in place as of tomorrow, actually. And so I just want to confirm what that means for us at St. Paul's. Although we are allowed to continue with worship at 50% capacity, we have decided as a church board to remain closed for worship in person. But that just means that the church building is closed. We are still open for worship online. We will continue our online presence throughout the month of January, and then we're going to reassess towards the end of the month where things are at, and if we think that it's the right time for us to reopen for in-person worship. Alongside worship, it has been mandated by the government that our church office close as well. So we will be closing our church building to all groups that have previously been meeting in our building, with the exception of our social service meeting spaces for AA and NA. And we will be following government and public health guidelines with regards to those meetings. But all other meeting spaces in our church and events have been canceled at this time and will resume once it is safe to do so, and once we have permission from our health units to do so. So that doesn't mean that we are completely closed. That means that we are shifting back to what we have been doing throughout this pandemic. If you need to reach us, the email and phones are still available. You can call and leave a message. And Karen is still going to be working from home. I will still be working from home and available for what you might need. And Dr. Erica Ryman, our music director, although this means our choir will no longer be meeting, Erica and I will be working together to offer you online Sunday worship. So all of those things that we have been doing throughout the pandemic, we are going to go back to. We're feeling well seasoned at it at this point, but we are also, I think, along with everybody else, feeling a little bit weary. And I was just saying to some colleagues this morning that I'm not sure why, but this fourth wave has me feeling more tired than I felt in a really long time. And one of my colleagues offered some really wonderful words, a quote in the face of that. She said, "I don't think it's your body." And she offered me this quote by a woman named Brooke Hampton, who said, "No, we don't need more sleep. It's our souls that are tired, not our bodies. We need nature. We need mystery. We need adventure. We need freedom. We need truth. We need stillness. We don't need more sleep. We need to wake up and live." And that might feel a little bit tricky to do when we aren't able to go out and do a lot of things right now. But outdoors has not been closed. We are still allowed to go out, although that's not as appealing for those of us who don't love winter. But we are still able to go out and connect with nature just for a walk, even if it just means opening up those curtains and looking outside. I encourage you to do that at some point. And I would also like to offer a prayer into this day, because I think that with the emergence of this new variant, people have been feeling like we're never going to see the end of this pandemic. But I have been seeing and reading some really hopeful things from experts, and so I want to remain hopeful and prayerful. And I believe I may have read this prayer for you, but I want to offer it again. It's from one of my favorite daily prayer books, the daily prayer book from the Corrymeela community. And I believe I've also explained this before. I had the chance to do a pilgrimage to Northern Ireland in 2018 with some colleagues to the Centre for Peace and Reconciliation. That's the Corrymeela Centre. So in Northern Ireland, over the years, there have been what is known as the Troubles, and that is a period of conflict, a 30-year period of conflict between 68 and 1998 of just violence and all-out war in that part of the world, and power struggles, and it continues on, although they are considered to be in peacetime. And so the work of the Corrymeela Centre is to continue the dialogue so that it never gets to the point of violence and bombings and murder that it did get to in that 30-year period. And in those moments when we feel disheartened, when we feel as though things are never going to look the same again, we need what is known as courage. And so I want to offer you the prayer for courage that comes from this center. And the Irish word cree is the word for heart. And it's the name for the chapel in the Corrymeela Centre. And I loved my experience of being in the Cree, in that heart of the Corrymeela Centre, in their worship space. And it's this beautiful circular place that's set into the ground. It echoes. It actually has a really cool sound thing to it, so the words are escaping me right now. So you can sit on one side of the Cree and whisper, and somebody can hear it on the other side, which could be a good or a bad thing. But it's this beautiful space to feel centered and connected in. And I remember this prayer was offered to us, and so I went out and bought the book as soon as that service of worship was done, because I think that this is a prayer that speaks to me a lot of the time in my life when I feel a little bit disheartened and as if my courage is failing. So this is a prayer for courage today. Holy One, courage comes from the heart, and we are always welcomed by you, our God, the Cree of all being. We bear witness to our faith, knowing that we are called to live lives of courage, love, and reconciliation in the ordinary and extraordinary moments of each day. We bear witness, too, to our failures and our complicity in the fractures of our world. May we be courageous today. May we learn today. May we love today. Amen. Whatever this news is meaning for you, whether it's just simply par for the course and you're able to pick up and just take it in stride, or whether this just feels like a breaking point for you, know that I am praying for you, that I am here for you. If you need to speak, if you need to get in touch with us, you know how to reach us. And of course, wherever you are, I hope that you're safe. I hope that you are well. And I really hope that we get to see each other very soon. We'll talk to you later, friends.